Hey guys, this is Joe from Profit Wolf, and this is the video that I wish I had seen all those years ago when I first started selling on Amazon. This video will be a complete overview from A to Z about how to sell on Amazon. So if you're a newbie, if you're a beginner and you're still trying to figure out how to get started, if you're still learning about Amazon in general, then definitely watch the video till the end, because I think it will cover everything you need to know. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube claiming that they are the complete guide to Amazon, but the problem is that those videos, they only talk about very specific parts of Amazon. Most of them, they only cover Amazon FBA, private label. And they make you think that it's the only thing there is. But in fact, guys, there's a lot more to that. There's Amazon FBM, dropshipping on Amazon, arbitrage, and we're gonna see everything in this video. Now, it still is an overview and I only have 25 minutes to show you everything. So I'm gonna be doing an overview, so I'm not gonna go in depth in each concept. So if you wanna know more about a specific topic, a specific concept, please let me know in the comments or reach out to me and tell me that you want me to cover something more in depth, and I will happily do it. Actually, I will do it anyway, but if you tell me, then I will prioritize what you ask me. So without further ado, let's get into the video and I'll see you in a moment. So let's get started. What am I going to talk about? First of all, I'm going to tell you why you should sell on Amazon. And then we're going to talk about the structure of Amazon as a company. Then I'm going to show you the two programs, the only two programs that Amazon offers, which are the FBA and FBM program. Then I'm going to show you how you can sell as an FBA seller, what it means in terms of process and in terms of fees. Same thing for an FBM seller. We're going to see it's a bit different, and the different business models. So I think this part will interest you a lot because that's really important. You need to know exactly what kind of business you're going to have on Amazon. And then finally, we're going to see how you can get started selling on Amazon. So let's get started. First of all, why should you sell on Amazon? Well, it's very simple. If you live in the US or in the UK or in a big country in Europe or in general in Europe, the number one marketplace, the number one online retailer is Amazon. If you go to France, Germany, Italy, and someone wants to buy something online, the first place they're going to go to is Amazon before anything else. Now, there's a lot of competition, I know, but there's also a lot of buyers. So you always want to be fishing in a big pond. How is Amazon structured? There's two main functions in Amazon. There's, first of all, the online retailer component. So you need to know that Amazon, they sell products themselves, and they sell them in two ways. The first way is that they buy products from wholesalers or manufacturers. That means that it's basically Amazon calling the manufacturer saying, hey, I want to sell this product that you own. Can you please give me a good price? So for example, Gillette, they're owned by Procter & Gamble. So Amazon literally calls Procter & Gamble and says, hey, I want to sell this product. I'll order a big truck of Gillette razors. So give me a good price. And obviously it's Amazon, they can do that. So Procter & Gamble will give a very good price to Amazon because they order a big truck of razors. So that's the first way. Amazon is a retailer and they sell brands that are already established. The second way Amazon sells products themselves is by manufacturing their own brands. So it's something that Amazon have started doing. They literally start making their own products and they sell that as well. But the most business they get from selling is from the brands that they negotiate with the manufacturers and wholesalers. That was the first function of Amazon. It's an online retailer. The second function is that Amazon is an online marketplace. This means that Amazon allows third-party sellers to use their website, to use Amazon, to list and sell their products. So it means that people like you and I and small companies, they can go on Amazon and say, hey, I have products to sell. Can I please list them? Can I please put them on your website and sell them? And Amazon says, yeah, you can do that. So that's what we call a marketplace. It's when a site allows many different sellers to sell their products as if it was a physical marketplace, like a market, but it's online. Now, we're interested in this part, in the online marketplace. That's what you want to do because you want to sell on Amazon. And you need to know that there's only 2 programs that Amazon has to sell as a third-party seller. The first program is called FBA, that's Fulfilled by Amazon. And the second program is FBM, Fulfilled by Merchant. Fulfilled by Amazon, what does that mean? Basically, Fulfilled by Amazon is a program where you're going to send the products that you want to sell to the Amazon warehouses. Amazon has several warehouses in their main countries. For example, in the UK, there's dozens of warehouses, a little bit everywhere in the country. In France, there are several warehouses. In the United States, there's probably hundreds of warehouses. So when you subscribe to the FBA program, you literally send your products that you want to sell to the Amazon warehouse, and you wait for a customer to buy the products that you're selling. When a customer places an order on Amazon and it's your product, well, Amazon takes care of everything. They ship your product. It means that there's someone from the Amazon warehouse that will go to the shelf, will pick your product, will put it in a box, then it will ship the product, obviously. Then Amazon also handles customer service. So if the customer has an issue, he will contact Amazon support and Amazon support will talk to the customer. Amazon FBA also handles returns, refunds, etc. So that's Amazon FBA. In terms of fees, what you're going to pay if you sign up to this program is, first of all, an Amazon commission. So your product that you want to sell is on the Amazon website. Amazon is paying a lot of money to host that website and to develop the website. There's developers that made this website. You don't have a website. Your product is on Amazon's website. So you have to pay a commission for that. And that commission depends on the category of your product. In general, the commission is 15% for toys and utensils and stuff like that. For computers and printers and this kind of items, it's going to be lower. It's about 7%. I've seen 5% as well sometimes. But in general, it's around 15%. That's the first type of fee. The second fee you get with the FBA program is the Amazon fulfillment fee. That's the cost of Amazon shipping your product to the customer, but also handling everything. So remember, when you sell as an FBA seller, Amazon takes care of everything. It takes care of storing your items, shipping them, doing the refunds, the returns, everything. So you're going to have to pay a fee for that. And the fee depends on the size and weight of the product. Because the most costly thing for Amazon here is shipping your product to the customer. Remember, Amazon has to, contact a courier, a shipping service and say, hey, pick this product, send it to the customer. I know that Amazon, they also have their own service to ship products, but in a lot of cases, they have to use a third-party shipping service. And even if it was their own service, it still costs gas and they have to pay the employee to drive the car to the customer, right? So all of that is expensive and you're paying Amazon to do that. To give you an idea, I don't know if I have a box lying around, but an average box like this size maybe will cost you €4 or $4 to ship. If it's a big box, it can cost 10, 11, 12, maybe €15 to fulfill your order. So that's the two fees, the commission and the fulfillment fee. Hey guys, before moving on, I want to invite you to our private Facebook group. It's a group that we created just for serious and motivated Amazon sellers. In that group, you'll see like-minded people who are taking action every single day. You'll see people sharing tips, ideas, and screenshots to give you motivation from time to time. Now, we don't actually let everybody in, so before joining, we're going to ask you 3 very small questions. just to get an idea of what your ambitions and motivations are. So it's very important that if you want to join the group, you answer those questions. It's very quick, don't worry. The link to join the group should be in the description, and it should also appear on the screen. So hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Selling as an FBM seller. Now, when you sell as an FBM seller, it's a little bit different. Here you say, hey, I want to sell this product. Can I sell it? Amazon says yes or no. If they say yes, well, then your product is on Amazon's website, but you don't send your product to Amazon's warehouse. You don't do that. You keep the product at your home or at your supplier, and you wait for a customer to buy the product. When the customer buys the product, then you ship the product yourself to the customer. So see the difference here? In FBA, Amazon shipped the product because your product was in Amazon's warehouse, but in FBM, the product is with you or with your supplier. So you have to take care of everything, shipping to the customer, but also you have to handle customer service, returns, refunds. So you see now that FBA seems to be the best solution because, for a small fee or 4 or 5 euros, well, Amazon takes care of everything. But later on, we're going to see that FBA is not necessarily the best way to sell on Amazon because there's also disadvantages. Now, FBM fees, well, it's only one fee as far as Amazon is concerned. It's the Amazon commission. Remember, in FBA, we had Amazon's commission. Well, here it's exactly the same thing. You're paying for Amazon to have a website with your product. Amazon has to pay developers and hosting, so you have to pay a commission. And then since Amazon is not doing anything else, they're not handling your product, then you don't have to pay that. So that cost is then yours. It depends on your arrangements. Maybe you're shipping yourself, so you have to go to UPS and ship yourself, then you're gonna have to pay UPS. Maybe you have a deal with your supplier and your supplier ships for free. It depends. So that's another fee, but that's not an Amazon fee. So to recap, we have FBA and FBM. These are the only two ways, the only two programs that Amazon has for you as a third party to sell products on their platform. So it's FBA, where Amazon handles storage, shipping, and customer service, and FBM, where you handle everything. You just ask Amazon to show your product on their website, but then you basically have to ship the product yourself. Now we've talked about FBA and FBM. Let's talk about the most interesting part for you probably, which is which business model you should start. Now, what I mean by business model is basically how do you sell products? What kind of products do you want to sell? And there's two main types of businesses you can do on Amazon. The first one is the private label business. When you do private label, people often say PL for private label. You manufacture your products yourself. You do everything yourself. So most people, what they do is they go to Alibaba, which is a Chinese website, and they get in touch with a Chinese supplier and they tell the supplier, hey, I want to manufacture this product. I want it to be like this, like that. I want the logo to be on the product. For example, it's summer right now. It's really hot. So you can say, hey, I want to manufacture this kind of stuff and I want the logo to be on the product. And your supplier will say, okay, I can do that. It's going to cost you $10 per unit. Now, when you do that, you have to order a lot of units because your supplier is not just going to manufacture 5 units and ship them to you. So it's probably in the hundreds or thousands of units. So it's going to be quite costly, but we'll see the advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons of private label. Basically, private label, you have to manufacture your own product. Online and retail arbitrage, that I just like to say arbitrage. That's the second business model you can do with Amazon. Now, with arbitrage, what you do is you spot price differences between two marketplaces. For example, Walmart and Amazon. For example, you see a PS4 controller selling for $35 at Walmart. And you see the same PS4 controller, same color and everything, selling for $50 on Amazon.com. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy that at Walmart and you're going to sell it on Amazon. Now, what's the difference between online and retail arbitrage? It's almost the same thing. The only difference is that with online arbitrage, you're going to go on Walmart's website and you're going to order that. It's going to be delivered to your home. You do everything online. If you do retail arbitrage, you go to Walmart physically and you buy the product. You go to the store and you buy it. Okay, you drive by car or whatever and you bring it home. That's the only difference. But the concept is the same, is you spot a price difference between two stores. Here it's Amazon and something else. And the something else, the product has to be cheaper. And then you just sell it. Let's go to the pros and cons of every method. So private label, pros and cons. So actually there's a lot more pros and cons. Here in this video, as I said, it's an overview. I'm only going to mention the main ones to give you an idea. But then I probably make another video where I go in depth because there's a lot more things you should know about each of them. But pros of private label. The main pro is that you own your product and you own your brand. For example, if I decide to manufacture this product here, the brand here, obviously that's not my brand, it's someone else's brand, it's Proline. Well, if it's my private label product, then that's my brand and it's my product. And I control everything. I control the whole chain. I control the price of manufacturing that I, negotiate with my supplier. And the other advantage, obviously, is that I'm the only seller of this product. It's my product. I'm the only seller of it. So no one is competing with you to sell this product because it's yours. So when you go to Amazon and you see a product with only one seller, well, that's your product and you're good. No one is going to compete against that, against you for that. The cons of this is that, well, you have to market your product from scratch. As I said, you just manufacture the product. No one knows about your product. So how do you get your product to sell if no one knows about it? Well, you have to do ads. Most likely you're going to do Amazon ads. You're going to do Facebook ads, Google ads. You have to show that your product is good. So you have to put it in front of people so they buy it. And then the more people buy it, the more Amazon will put your product in the third, second, and then first page. So that's a big con, is that at the beginning, your product won't sell because nobody knows about it. It can be the best product in the world. Nobody wrote any reviews for it, so it's not going to sell. But by doing advertisements, then you have a chance to sell it. The second con is that private label is really expensive and risky, and there's complicated logistics. As I said, if you want to buy 1,000 units, if you want to order 1,000 units of this, if you want to make this, you have to at least make a few hundred units, and that's going to be expensive. So if you make a mistake, if you make a product that nobody's interested in, well, you just spent thousands of dollars doing a product that's not going to sell because, maybe it's a crappy product. Maybe the idea is good, but maybe your manufacturer made this with cheap materials and it's going to break very early. So in that sense, it's expensive and risky. And then it's also complicated because, as I said, most people, they use Chinese suppliers and manufacturers to make their private label products. So you're going to have to import that. So you need to understand the laws. You need to understand how business works, how international, import, how tax and import duty works. You need the real structure. Okay, so it's going to be complicated to set up. Let's look at the arbitrage pros and cons. The main pros of arbitrage is that you're selling products that are already selling well. In that sense, there is no risk there. Like when I choose to sell this controller, well, I know that everybody's buying that every day. So that's a great advantage because it's a product that people are buying every day. You just come on the product page and you say, hey, I'm selling that. Buy it from me. Then there's no need to do any advertisement because, as I said, people know the product is already proven to sell, so no need to advertise. And it's very simple to set up. Arbitrage, you don't need to go to a foreign country. You don't need to talk to manufacturers and anything like that. You just need to find a retailer that will sell a product cheaper than it is on Amazon. And that retailer could literally be across your house. You could literally, if you live in a big city, there's retailers everywhere, and you're gonna find products cheaper there than on Amazon for sure. So very simple to set up. The cons of arbitrage is that you're competing with other sellers. So for example, this controller, that's not mine. I didn't invent this product. It's not my brand. It belongs to Sony. So other sellers are also selling this. So when you're gonna go on Amazon and you're gonna find this product, you will see the list of sellers, and most likely you'll see at least 20 people selling this product. They may not sell it as cheap as you, but they will be selling the same product. And the more popular the product, the more competition there will be. So that's a big con for arbitrage. And then the other thing is that you need to keep finding inventory, because as opposed to the private label example where you buy hundreds or thousands of units at once, here you only buy 3 or 5 units at once, or you can do more, but I don't recommend at the beginning. So you need to keep finding inventory. Another business model that you need to be aware of, it's actually a branch of arbitrage, because in the end, arbitrage is nothing new. We didn't invent anything here. It's not a new concept. Arbitrage means just finding price differences. So the other business model is dropshipping. And dropshipping is basically where you're gonna find a product cheaper at a supplier or a retailer than it is on Amazon, and you're gonna list it on your Amazon store. And whenever there's an order, whenever a customer places an order for your item, well, you are gonna ship the product directly to the store. Now, it's a bit dangerous, because when you do drop shipping, imagine that you buy a product at Walmart and you ship it to your customer. Well, if Walmart includes an invoice in the package of your product and the customer receives an invoice for $10, but they paid $30 on Amazon to you, well, they're going to be pissed. So in that sense, it can be dangerous. So you need to make sure when you drop ship that your supplier or your retailer does not include invoices in the packages. So to summarize, when you do private label, you can either do FBA or FBM. Why? Because private label is the business model, FBA and FBM is the program that you use to sell. So private label, you have your product, you can either store it at home, and then whenever there's a sale, you ship it to the customer yourself, that's FBM, or you can do FBA, which is you send all the units of your product to Amazon's warehouse and Amazon takes care of everything. Most people that do private label, they do FBA. Arbitrage, same thing. You can either choose to do FBA or FBM. If you do FBM, you buy the products at your favorite retailers, you store them at home. Whenever you have an order, you ship them to your customers. Or you can do FBA, which means you buy them at your retailer and then you send them to Amazon and you wait for sales to arrive. Dropshipping, you can only do it as FBM because obviously, as I said, dropshipping is when you only buy the item when you get an order. So that's a little bit different. You can only do FBM. Now, how do you actually get started selling on Amazon? First of all, you have to choose a program. What do you want to do? Do you want to do FBA or do you want to do FBM? You can do both, totally, but I recommend picking one for the first few months and sticking with it. Remember, FBA, it's going to be maybe more convenient, but there's some cons that maybe we'll see in another video. FBM, you have a lot more control over your products, but it's a little bit costly maybe and a little bit more work. Then you have to pick a business model. What do you want to do? Do you want to do private label, which means you want to create your own product and then do Amazon ads, Facebook ads to market your product? Do you want to have to deal with Chinese suppliers or any kind of supplier to make your product? Or do you want to do arbitrage, which is, products that sell already very well and you just buy them where they're cheaper? Then once you've decided that, you have to open an Amazon basic account. Now, it's really important that when you first open an Amazon account, it is a basic account. I made a video about this, so check the description. I'll put the link in the video where I say exactly why the first 2 weeks where you're selling on Amazon, you should sell as a basic account. So watch the video, but basically you're going to sell as a basic account for 2 weeks and then you're going to upgrade to a pro account. Once you've opened your Amazon basic account, you're going to have to find profitable products to sell. Now, I recommend you do arbitrage. That's why I say you find profitable products to sell. I'm not going to go in depth in this video about how to find profitable products. We can make a separate video. Let me know if you want me to make this video where I show you exactly how to find profitable products. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It actually took me a long time to put this video together because it seems like it's pretty quick to film, but I had to put my ideas together, decide on a structure. I wanted to be concise but still be comprehensive and give a lot of information, so it was not that easy, and then put the slides together. And then obviously now after talking, I have to edit the video, so it's gonna take a while. So again, if you like this kind of content, don't hesitate to like it and to write a little comment. And if you have any questions, obviously leave them in the comments. I answer to every single comment always. So that's it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.